Aaron with Popaholic, and I am talking with keyboardist Terry Adams of NRBQ. How are you doing today, Terry?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Tell me a little bit about the new album you have, which is called Tacks. You've kind of reformed the band. Can you tell me about how that came together?
Well, we've actually been together for about 7 years, and these four guys who really love playing together, and that's what we're doing. It's Scott Ligon on guitar, and Casey McDonough on bass, and Conrad Chacroon on drums.
I remember when you had Pete Donnelly in the band. He actually had a solo album come out earlier in the year, and it was pretty cool. We reviewed it as well.
Yeah, well, Pete's still an honorary member. He's just got so much going on, so we kind of let him move about.
That's cool. Between NRBQ, the Figs, and his own work, he's pretty busy. He's
a very busy guy. He played with us again recently.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, I was just curious. It seems like you have a lot of members go in and out of the band. It's almost like a family gathering place as opposed to a rock group.
Well, it's got to happen after all these years, It's been going on for a long time. I've got longevity, That's my that's my thing.
You've been doing it for like 40 odd years around that. Right? Am I right?
Even and more.
And more. Wow.
Yeah.
What keeps you inspired to keep going?
Well, the music. Just the feeling about living and what music does and how it doesn't diminish. It doesn't go away for me. It gets even stronger. So the desire to play and to be alive is stronger than it was then. When I started. So that's what keeps it going. Yeah. And having people that can play it with you.
Yeah, that's all. You guys are very accomplished musicians. What I was going to ask also is the fact that, NRBQ sort of their sound has pretty much been very eclectic. You could never be pinned down to one style. I like to call you the buffet of music groups, because if you don't like something on one end of the buffet, you'll find something you'll love on the other end. And it's been like that. I can't find a single album where I don't find at least one song I really like.
Hey, well, that's good news. It's working.
Yeah, it is. And I also noticed your songwriting as well, in particular. Over the years, it's definitely, gotten much better. And, great chord changes. I mean, geez, does it take a lot of work to do all that?
We learn as we go. Yeah, I mean, to improve, that would be a good thing, I think. So, chord changes, we all study and want to know more about music as we go. I think it would be a bad thing to just assume that you know everything and you've got what it takes and don't change or learn.
Right.
So we all got that going together.
And I know for a long time you recorded at Bearsville Records. Did you run into any of the other Bearsville alumni up there when you were recording albums around that time?
Well, sure. That was a pretty busy place. A lot of people not on that label will record there as well.
Really? Oh, all right.
Sure, yeah. REM, John Sebastian, I don't know, the Rolling Stones were up there. All kinds of people were there.
Did you play with any other bands that were recording around that time other than NRBQ? You pretty much stayed in the band, or did you sort of hop around and do some session work there?
I didn't do a lot of session work, but I have done, but nothing that I can recall right now.
All right. Well, also tell me a little bit about, what makes this new group, what makes it so special?
Well, these guys are very talented guys and understand what I've been doing, and they can take it further. It's just like science or the cosmos. You build off of what the past and to be able to take it forward. And in particular, Scott Ligon, a guitarist, and perhaps you would call him the lead vocals, completely understands everything I've been doing, and and getting the right rhythm section together that can really feel it. It's exciting. It's not easy. You can't just plug somebody into this band.
Right. Is your brother still doing the horns?
Oh, occasionally, yeah. Yeah, we got a good horn section also when sometimes on tour, still known as the whole wheat horns.
Did any of the newer members, particularly Scott, did he have to learn all the old songs, or he kind of knew them pretty well when he came in?
He already knew them, I think.
So, like, where is your new tour for this album taking place?
Well, in June, we started in June, and we'll be starting in New York and ending up in Chicago.
Another thing I wanted to ask is, I know there's very few actual compilations, like really good compilations of NRBQ music, and I figured you guys should have at least like 4 separate greatest hits albums for the, like, you should have a greatest hits for country, a greatest hits for jazz, a greatest hits for pop, greatest hits for, blues. Is there, do you like own all your catalog? Are you able to put together stuff along those lines?
Well, we do. Myself and a former member own a lot of the catalog, and not everything, but yes, and I think we do have plans of. I've never putting compilations out, though I've never thought about it the way you just said it. Maybe you should be in charge of that.
Oh, that would be an honor if I could ever do something along those lines. But you've done thousands, I would say thousands of concerts. What would you say is the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you live in concert? Or to the band?
When things happen, we just go with it. If the power goes out, we just keep playing. Is embarrassment? I don't know. I don't know, but the idea is really just to go with it, because life can be chaos, and it's just your ability to adapt, to be resilient and go with it. Because it's not, what we do isn't rigid or planned out or ever the same, and all the places we play are different, and all the sound systems we play, and it's set up on stage. So I really can't quite answer your question, but I'm sure there's been some embarrassing moments, but I hope that works for you, because that we just deal with what happens.
Well, it sounds like you've also, you toured with a lot of other bands as well. Is there anybody in particular that you wanted to meet that you haven't met throughout your travels? Another musician, perhaps? Oh,
I'd really like to meet Alan Toussaint. I've never met him, and I've always admired him. Awesome. I hope we run into him somewhere.
I hope you meet him as well. Well, thank you very much, Terry Adams. And your new album out is called Brass Tacks, and it's out on Amazon and iTunes and all the great distribution places. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, 12 new songs.
12 new songs.
Got them. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you very much.